you buy store-bought wrappers for soup dumplings?
No. Wouldn't that be nice? Hi everyone, my name is Simone Tong. I am the owner and partner of Little Tong Noodle Shop, and recently we just opened a new restaurant called Silver Apricot in the West Village. Soup dumplings has 3 major parts. The wrapper, the filling itself has 2 parts, the soup and the meat. Part number 1, we're making a soup. So we have in front of us pig feet. We're using the pig feet with the stock is because it has gelatinous collagens, so the stock is going to be jelly, firm, which is the trick of the soup inside the filling. We're going to soak this for 2 to 3 hours because we want to get the blood out, get the dirt out. So now we're going to put this in the pot, and it's going to bring to boil, steam. We're going to get rid of the impurities and clean the pig feet. I usually use a knife just to get the skin out. Add some aromatics. We got some sake, some bay leaf, white pepper, some ginger. Slice it, rough slice. Okay. Add cold water, bring it to boil. So we're going to bring this to boil for about 3 hours. At that point, it's going to probably be reduced to a bit too much, so we have to add more water. All right. We're also going to add some chicken wings. Cold water. Yay. Right now, we have the chicken wings boiling. We can turn this off because we're going to move the chicken wing into the stock. Big boil for like another 2-3 hours. Free facial. Time has passed by. About 3-4 hours and then another 3 hours. So now the stock, you probably have added a few times of water because the water evaporates. So you're gonna, really develop the flavors and get the collagens in it. So now the stock is almost white. This is what we want. Now we strain it. And we're going to cool this down. And we have prepared some. So as you can see, it's like jelly. For the wrapper, we are combining 2 different doughs into one. 2 parts cold water dough, 1 part yeast dough. So the cold water dough could make the wrapper thin and stretchy. The yeast dough could make the wrapper a little fluffy, a little moist. So combination of those makes a good soup dumpling dough. We have 200 grams of 00 flours, 2 grams of salt. This is room temperature water, which is about 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Just mix it. And then now you use your hand. This is almost done. We're going to make this into a dough. And then just let it rest for a few minutes. Okay, for the yeast dough, we do 100 grams of 00 flour, 55% hydration, so 55 grams of room temperature water, 1 to 2% of sugar, sugar for the yeast. So we're just gonna mix it, try to dissolve it a little bit. Then we pour this into this dough. Mix it with a wooden spatula. And then now you use your hand. And we're gonna let this rest for a few minutes and then come back to work on it. So as we are resting this one, let's go back to the other dough. The gluten structure, we are trying to make a 90-degree perpendicular gluten structure. That means we need to work the dough and then turn it to 90 degrees and work the dough again. I'm working the dough horizontally. I'm gonna turn this dough, work this dough again, and then turn this, work on this again. So we're always turning this 90 degrees. Okay, at this point, we're gonna rest it for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna work on this again. And now, let's go back to the yeast dough. We just want to smoothen this until it's like a nice smooth dough. I'm also still turning it perpendicular 90 degrees. So we're just gonna work for 5 minutes. You let it rest for 1 to 2 hours, depending on the temperature of your room. But I just think that you just need it to be double the size. So right now it's this size. We're just gonna double it. Let's go back to the other dough. Now that we've rested for 5 to 10 minutes, there is another way of doing this. Not using your hand, but using a roller. So, but the same theory applies to the roller, 90 degrees turn. We're gonna flatten this, smooth side up, And then you're going to flip it, fold the rough side. Okay, and then flip it back. So now the smooth side is out. You're gonna flatten this with your hand. Do this like 5 to 7 times. And then we're gonna plastic wrap this. You can rest it for a few hours while waiting for the Easter dough to rise, or you can rest this overnight and the next day make the Easter dough to combine them. This Easter dough has double in size. Let's take a look at this. Yep, it definitely has double in size. And you want to press it to get the first rise of the air out. You want to take this out, put it on your board, and fold it into 1/3, just like when we were working on the Easter dough. And then fold it again. That's it. Now let's open this dough, the cold water dough that we've worked on. So now it's the time to combine. 2-to-1 ratio means 100 to 50, right? 50 grams of this dough, which is tiny. And then we roll it into about the same length. Just basically join these two together and press. So we're just gonna roll it into one dough. And then we're gonna flatten this. Get some flour. You can totally still do this with a rolling pin or by hand, but I think this is just the last step, so we want to make sure that it really is well combined. Okay, beautiful. Still folding it to 1/3. And then like before, we turned it to 90 degrees and rolled it again. Let's just do this for 5 to 7 times. Look, it's soft and it's stretchable. And let's roll this up and rest this for 20 minutes. Now let's move on to making the filling. So before we begin mixing the pork filling, let's make ginger scallion water. So let's peel the skins of the ginger with a little spoon. Chop this up a little bit. Use the entire part of the scallion. Put this all together. Before you add water, let's crush this. This is 40 grams of scallion, 30 grams of ginger, 200 grams of water. I would let this like marinate for as long as you can before you can just strain it right before you're mixing the meat. Now let's do some dicing of the pork. Here we have pork leg, very lean, and we have fat back. We're gonna combine them. So we're just gonna slice it first, and then we're gonna chop it. I'm gonna use 70% of the lean meat, 30% of the fat. Again, same procedure, slice and dice. So now we just need to mince it, chop it. This is my favorite part. Truly a workout. So in this, let's add in our sugar, salt, white pepper. I'm just squeezing it and turning it. And then at this point, add soy sauce. So for this ginger scallion water, I am going to divide this 3 times to mix it together so that the meat is it's totally absorbed into the farce. It's a texture we're playing on here. The last part of this. All right. So now, the other most exciting part is combining the meat with your stock that you spend hours working on. Now you just have to chop this up. Okay, let's combine them. So you just want to fold it in. We as Chinese or human beings really like to have a wow factor. Like, why bother to put the soup inside? If you can just eat dumplings with the soup outside, but it's just different. The experience is different. Right now, this is the dough that we combined and let it rest for 20 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna roll this. I have this long stretch of dough. I want to divide this into 20. Add a little flour, and then we're gonna press it with our palm. Make sure they don't get dry, because then all your hard work is going to be not wasted, but it's not gonna make a perfect dough. Tiny little bit of flour on the roller. Dust it off. You're just trying to like make it into a circle by pulling it into an oval and then turn it 90 degrees again, put it into round shape, okay? And then at this point, you use your finger, lift this up halfway, and as you roll, you turn. So you're trying to make the center, a little bit of the center part thicker than the side of it. You want to hold your wrapper with your hand a little curved so you can grab the filling. Put the filling in the center. With your thumb on the left hand, press it down. Your right hand, index and thumb, pull the wrapper and fold it. Pull it and fold, pull it and fold. And then towards the end of it, you want to pull it slightly harder. And you want to make sure that you sealed it together because it's very important so that your soup is not going to be leaked out. So here comes your soup dumpling. I'm going to say 21 folds is very impressive. 3, 4, 5, 6, 18, 19, 20, 21. I put a little oil on these parchments so that hopefully they don't stick. So before we steam the dumplings, let's make the dipping sauce. Really simple. Here we have black vinegar, and then we have some soy sauce. We have a ginger. So let's slice the ginger. So I do 2 spoons vinegar, 1 spoon soy sauce, and then we just add a little bit of ginger. Okay, now let's steam the soup dumpling. This will take 8 minutes. Okay, let's open this. Time's up. Voila! Soup dumpling. They are pretty delicate. Let's eat this person. Let's eat this person. Sorry, ignore that part. Let's eat this soup dumpling. I have a little tiny bowl that holds 1 soup dumpling. I put a little vinegar inside. I have a little ginger. And then I'm gonna put the soup dumpling here. Hold this. Have a little bite. Like this. And then you have a hole, and you like blow this a little bit. Oh, it's so hot. And you can then just put it in your mouth slowly. Wow. At this point, you know that it's not too hot anymore. So you want to like dip it with vinegar and put the whole thing in your mouth. I would like to order like 100 of this and pop it in my mouth because it's so good. So flavorful in a little pocket of joy. If you want to make it at home though, here's the link below to make it. Enjoy. 谢谢. Does this still have beer?